I don't know about you, but the front end looks so good, you guys. Like, the front end looks so good. That front lip is like what we've been missing on this car. What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to yet another video. So today is a really special day for the F10 because we're finally finishing up all the exterior aero mods that I had planned for this car. The only two pieces that I needed as of last video was a front lip for the bumper and a rear diffuser for the rear, and I finally ordered both of those for Black Friday, and they're here today. Front lip sitting over here on the table, rear diffusers over there. I'll show you guys more up close clips of those in a second, but I figured I'd make this video finishing out the exterior mods before I start officially taking the car apart and prepping the paint for the wrap. So anyways, let's hop right into it. Alright, so first thing we have on the agenda is this 3-piece front lip that I got off of eBay. It is not real carbon, it's just like a carbon style. This is probably like the same kind of carbon overlay as my little bumper extensions and side skirt extensions, but anyways, I went with this 3-piece design because I think it looks pretty aggressive. I know some people kind of run just like these fang tooth pieces on the side without like a lip across, but I think this will look really cool when it's all said and done. It also has this little like middle piece that, like, when you eventually look at the car from the front with this installed, I think it'll look really aggressive. And for $100, I figured, what the heck, I'd give it a shot. If it in any way, shape, or form just stays on my car while I'm driving it down the road, it will have been worth it. This part and the diffuser that I'm going to install later in the video, both of those parts I'll link in the description. I think in total for both of these parts I paid maybe $250 plus tax, which, you know, considering a real carbon part, even just one of these is probably at least double that for these cars. It wasn't a very bad deal by any means at all. And it came with this little double-sided 3M tape, this adhesion promoter, I'm sure is what this is, and screws to be able to screw it to the bottom of the bumper. So anyways, let's go ahead and get this thing on the car. Alright, so I have the car up in the air now so I can make room to kind of get under there, but I wanted to show you real quick. This is what I was talking about. So these pieces don't bolt up, they just kind of squeeze over this little, like, I don't know, fin or whatever you want to call this. But anyways, but if you look, that's just kind of how it is because the fit isn't perfect. So I'm gonna have to like push it and squeeze it into place and then bolt it down from underneath to get it to sit right, and then obviously take the rest of the bolts and bolt that down so it's sturdy. But that's what these look like without the front lip part. Even just this looks way better than it did before, but I'm gonna install all of it, no biggie. I am gonna, before installing any of this, to kind of prep for this tape to be adhered to the bumper. If you look under here, I don't know if I can even show you guys, but it's like pretty trashed. It's like been really scraped. So I'm gonna sand it down a little bit and just kind of prep the surface to get it ready for the tape so the tape doesn't come undone. And then I'm gonna go ahead and clean it and then install everything. So here we go. Alright, so as you just saw, I finished sanding down the bottom. It doesn't look any better, but it's really smooth now, which is what we want for when this tape sticks to the bumper. If it was all messed up still like the middle is right here, it would have a really hard time staying stuck. I know you can't really see it over video, but it's a lot smoother now. But anyways, I think the approach for installing this, if you end up getting this exact one and you're wondering how you do it, is I'm going to start with these, because these pieces have this little like lip on it that fits into this groove. So we'll install these and then we'll be able to maneuver this onto there. I think if we put that on first and try to put these on after, we would have a really hard time lining everything up. So that's the way I'm going to do it. So let's get it going. Alright, so I wanted to give you guys some word of caution in case you are installing this type of lip on your car. In 100% transparency, I have never ordered anything like this off eBay. I've gotten all my parts for all my old BMWs from like secondhand from my friends and stuff, and they were OEM parts. But this being my first kind of like eBay part, I'm kind of learning now that this stuff does not fit very good, almost at all. And so anyways, what I did off camera that you guys did not see was I laid on the ground and with one leg propped that side of the lip up to fit in this little groove while I held this side in with my hand and then drilled 2 pilot holes through the bumper, through the holes that I already had down here. And that's what's suspending it now, is the 2 screws that are holding it in. And it's pretty janky, to be honest with you. This side fits really good, and then that one sort of bends up to fit, and vice versa. But just know that if you do it, try to, as best you can, get 2 people. If not, start off like this. Make 2 little pilot holes in the middle and just suspend it, and then you can kind of focus on one side and focus on one side and bolt up the rest. But just know that these parts don't fit perfect, but you could definitely do the best you can with what you got and make it look half decent for sure. So anyways, let's finish this one up real quick. All right, dude, this thing looks so sick, you guys. I mean, come on, you know what I mean? Anyways, before we take a step back and get some cool B-roll shots of it, I do want to discuss really quick. So I just spent the last probably 30 minutes getting this on the car, but what it took was, I don't know if I mentioned this in the beginning of the video, but this lip comes with a couple like dimples in it from unboxing, and I assumed that's where you would put the screws. That's where you would drill and put the screws into the bumper. But I noticed when I got under there, let me try to show you guys, let me brighten it up real quick, that one and the one I made right here, there's nothing back here really. There's like a gap between, let me see if you could, I don't know if you guys could see what I'm talking about back there, but there, it's really flimsy under there is what I'm trying to say. It's not very strong, and those holes kind of lined up already to like down here basically. Like, do you see how there's nothing right there? And so I basically would have just drilled into nothing. And so what it took to get this secure, and if you see, it's like, it's on there, is I just moved the holes to more secure spots on the bumper. So like the curved, like the round part where there's like structure, right? And this one, and I did the same thing on that side, this one is the only one I wanted to make sure that at least one of these screws also screwed through this piece right here to help keep it from, even though it's stuck on there, there's nothing else that is keeping it on besides that and like the pressure of it like sitting in this lip right here. And I just wanted one screw, so I added a screw there, and after all of that, it's on there and it's super secure. And you know, for an eBay part, you guys, for $100, cannot complain at all, you guys. I'm super stoked on this. I'm excited to get it back on the ground and show you. But before we do that, I'm gonna throw on the rear diffuser now. So here we go. All right, so the same way I popped this in a couple weeks ago, it basically just pulls out. I would strongly advise, if you're pulling out, whether it be an aftermarket or your factory one, just be careful getting like the first one started, because I think once you get the first one started, the rest of them just kind of undo like that. But I noticed when I was pulling off from this side, this tab, I don't know if it was already weak from when it was taken off before from the parts dismantler, but it started to kind of come off. It's still attached right now, but just be careful when you take it off. But anyways, I'm gonna pop this off and see if we can't pop the eBay one in. Hopefully just as easy. Here we go. All right, so similar to the front lip, this is also just like an eBay part. It's not carbon fiber, it's like plastic with like an overlay, but you can tell it kind of flexes. But it has what I'm assuming are similar little tab points. I'm really hoping that this fits half decent and I don't have to like smash it in there or just kind of force it in there. But there are two little holes on the bottom. I don't know if these holes would normally line up to something down there on the cars that came M Sport from factory, but if not, I think either way, I'm probably going to drill into there. I don't know, maybe not. I might hit the battery, but we'll see. But if it's really flimsy, if I get it in there and it's really flimsy and I'm worried about it popping off, I'll find a way to drill somewhere, maybe not in these holes, but if not, I'll just leave it the way it is. But anyways, let's hope this thing just like snaps in. Here we go. Alright, there's been quite the development, as you can see here. It's been about probably an hour since the last time I filmed a clip, and I will just say now, let me just set the record straight. I have tried to get this diffuser to fit, and it's on, not well, but if you're looking to buy the one that I bought that I'm going to put in the description for you guys, I highly suggest looking for one that's a little better rated, a little more, maybe even a little more expensive, to be honest with you, because this thing fits honestly like crap. And it'll look good when it's on there. From 10 feet back you won't even know the difference, but the reason the bumper is off is because it doesn't fit that well, and I'm trying to do as much as I can to get it as secure as possible, because if I left it the way I just had it before taking the bumper off while it was on the car, I would have been worried that it honestly would have just vibrated off and broke off. So I'm doing what I can. This diffuser did come with a bunch of these little screws, of which I have one holding on the corner there, one holding on the corner way up there. I don't know if you can see that right there. And the reason I needed the bumper off is to get access to the back so I could screw into here and secure it that way, because at least you won't be able to see the screws, and I couldn't do that from the outside of the bumper. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, toss the bumper back on, and then I will show you guys how it looks when it's all back together. Alrighty, well, everything is back together. It's on there, you know what I mean? But if you look, the gaps are not awesome. I messed that up, don't worry about that, but it's like, I don't know, I guess on camera it looks good, but like, the thing is maneuvered in such a way and pulled and tugged and held down with screws in such a way that it looks decent, I guess, from far away, like I was saying earlier, but I promise you guys this is not a very good fitting piece for this car. If you're seriously considering buying this one, which again I'll link in the description, I guess, but just know that you're gonna have to do a lot of work to get this thing to fit right. And I don't know, man, if I can go back, I guess like I'd buy a more expensive one for 150 bucks. I was like, all right, I'm willing to take the chance, but that's on me, no biggie. It definitely looks better than this one did, for sure, and it's gonna look really good when I get the quad tips on there. But anyways, I'm excited to get the car back on the ground, pull it out, and get some B-roll clips for you guys. This car looks awesome. This is, like I said earlier, officially done with the exterior like aero stuff for this car before I start getting it ready for wrap, which is gonna be a headache to do, but I want to do it. So anyways, let me get the car back on the ground, pull it out, and show you guys the car in the light. Alrighty, you guys, that about wraps up today's video. I don't know about you, but the front end looks so good, you guys. Like, the front end looks so good. That front lip is like what we've been missing on this car. I can't say the same about the diffuser that we installed. It looks good. I mean, I'm looking at it right now and it looks good from back here with the wing and the little bumper extensions and stuff, but just the fit of it, I don't know if it was worth it, to be completely honest with you. I almost would have rather paid twice as much just to have it fit without me having to drill a bunch of holes everywhere and tap screws into the bumper. But whatever, you know, I'm not building a SEMA car. I'm just building this car for fun, and I want it to look good. And so far, from where this channel began with the stock and the way the car was stock with just the bumpers and stuff and without any of the aero, this car has come kind of a long way. It looks really good. This car is really aggressive looking now. I'm actually kind of surprised, like, this big body sedan, like, it looks really good, you guys. I don't know, maybe I'm just geeking out over it because it's my car, but anyways, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. This was a fun one. The next couple videos are gonna be I do have mufflers to put on the car. I bought mufflers as well, which means different exhaust tip setup and everything. I have, what else did I purchase for the car? Honestly, I guess that's about it. But the next couple of videos are going to be getting it prepped for wrap. I'm going to take some of the stuff off, fix some of the blemishes, the scratches, the dents and whatnot, and keep it going from there, you guys. So if you made it this far, I appreciate you. Thanks for checking it out. Leave a comment, like if you're into that kind of thing, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.